Howdy cowboys and cowgirls, it's me Cowboy Jack, and boy I am really hungry today. Well, it's a good thing we're at my favorite barbecue place in the world right here at Bar-A-BBQ in Montgomery, Texas. They have some really tasty brisket, ribs, chicken, all kinds of things. And they happen to be right here in Montgomery, Texas. It is so cool. Let's go in and see if we can find something to eat. Come on guys. Woo, this is gonna be so good. I'm so excited. You guys love barbecue? Nothing more Texan than a good piece of barbecue. Wow, check this place out. They've even got really cool stuff on the wall. Wait a second, here's an incredible article about barbecue. I think these guys must be famous or something. Oh, check this out, guys. There's a picture of the owner, Mr. Cooper, and his barbecue pit. That is so fun.
Cowboy Jack, how are you, man?
Hey, Mr. Cooper, how are you, friend?
Good, man. I'm glad you made it to Montgomery, buddy.
Yeah,
how you doing?
This is so cool. Great to see you today.
Yes, sir.
Guys, this is Mr. Cooper. He's the owner here at Bar-A-BBQ. He's a magician of meats, right?
That's what they call me. That's what they call me.
That is so cool. Hey, I'm real hungry here. I'm gonna need a lot of meat today.
Well, man, I'm gonna get you a big old tray, but first, I thought it'd be really cool if we go show you the pits and how we cook everything.
Guys, we could see the barbecue pits and see how Mr. Cooper makes all this delicious meat. That sounds so fun.
Let's go down there.
All right, let's do it. All right, guys, here we are at Mr. Cooper's pit room right here at Bar-A-BBQ. I see a lot of smoke and a lot of really big equipment.
We've got a lot of really big stuff. The only rule we have, man, is just assume everything is hot just so you can be super safe, okay? We run these pits 24/7 every day of the week. They're always rolling, so just be extra safe when you're walking around of your environment, okay?
That's a good point, cowboys and cowgirls. We would never, if somebody's barbecuing, you never want to touch anything. Just assume everything is hot to be super safe.
100%.
Well, let's
go
get
check
in
it
there.
out, man.
Let's see this. Wow. This is incredible. You've got barbecue pits going everywhere.
We have got barbecue pits galore. We have got them all over the place. So we have several different variations, which is really cool. So what you're looking at here, we call this our direct heat pit, which direct heat means that we are simply shoveling in hot coals directly underneath the food as it's being cooked. So this is where we'll cook all of our chickens. We'll do sausage on here, turkeys on here. We'll place the meat on here, we'll shovel in the hot coals, and they'll get direct heat from directly off.
That is so cool. And guys, look how big that cooking surface is. You can make a lot of meat on there. That is amazing.
We can fit somewhere between about 100 and 125 chickens on there at a time. So
that is a lot of meat.
It's a lot of meat, that's for sure.
That is so cool.
And then our biggest one we have is, this is called an offset. So an offset simply means that we have our fire on one end, we have our smokestack on the other, and we have all the proteins and meat in between the two.
This is so incredible. So I'm actually on a competition barbecue team and we're a much smaller scale. This is so cool to see. Now I saw all this wood over here, Mr. Cooper. Do y'all use a particular type of wood?
So we use what we call Texas post oak. It's just a variation of oak. There's probably 40 different species around the state. This is predominantly used in Central Texas, your Austin, your Hill Country area. We get about 4 cords every 2 weeks shipped in from a place out in Austin.
That is amazing, guys. The wood is a big part of the flavor, and that is so cool. You have a very specific type you use. Boy, can we see your firebox?
Yeah, let's show you the firebox.
Guys, take a look at this. Like this. Ooh, that is super hot. Look at that. Wow, guys, these doors are absolutely huge. And I guess you have to have a weight up there?
So we actually have counterweights on all of these. So what's very nice is one of our pit builders, Syntex Smokers. They're made here in Luling or Lockhart, Texas.
Ooh, Lockhart has some good barbecue too.
Great barbecue, yeah. And one of his key features is he always puts counterweights, and we do that. He says his doors are so balanced you can lift them with one finger.
That is incredible. Wow, guys, that's a lot of smoke. I recognize these beautiful meats. Look at that.
We'll open all these up and show you guys what we got going on.
Those are absolutely beautiful briskets. Wow, how many briskets do you make a day?
So we put anywhere between 24 and 30 briskets on this pit every day of the week.
That is incredible. That is a ton of meat.
We use a ton of protein here.
guys, look at this. And you see that color, that's not just seasonings, that's the smoke getting in there. I bet you guys have a really awesome smoke ring.
We do. We get great color, we get really good taste.
That is so cool. And boy, guys, I'm standing about 5 feet away from it right now. This smoker is still putting off a lot of heat. Mr. Cooper has all these temperature gauges to tell him exactly what temperature it is in the top of the pit, what temperature it is at the cooking surface. And I'm looking and I'm jealous because your temperature looks just perfect. That is so fun.
Absolutely. And then the most important feature of any offset you have is you got to have your stack. This is a 10-inch pipe going all the way up top there. We have our adjustment here so we can shut this thing down and slow down the fire. We can open it fully and speed up the fire. We like to run with a nice, slow, chill fire when we cook the briskets.
That is so cool. So cowboys and cowgirls, this smokestack is essentially like the chimney for this smoker. So the fire starts all the way down there if you look that way. And then all that smoke rises up into the cooking chamber all the way through here, and then eventually out this smokestack and up into the air of Montgomery, Texas. And I tell you what, when I pulled up here, I was instantly hungry. Not that I didn't come hungry, but even hungrier than I was because it smells so good.
Absolutely. So Cowboy Jack, in the final pit we have here, this is called a rotisserie. So very similar to the offset, the fire is still in the back here, offset of our proteins. So we build our fires just like we do on the bigger pit you just saw.
Wow, now that one looks more like a fireplace. I see like insulation, like stone.
Yes, this one is very, very well insulated. It's a very, very efficient pit.
This is so cool.
And what's cool is we can actually fit double the amount of proteins. So you saw all the briskets on here. We can actually fit twice as many briskets on this pit.
No way, and it cooks just the same?
And it cooks just the same. It's all wood fired.
That is absolutely incredible, guys. Could you imagine a bunch of meat swinging around on here? Just barbecue waiting to be eaten? That is so awesome.
It just sits there and slowly rotates all night long on that.
That is so cool. Well, you gotta be ready to feed people by lunchtime, and so you guys do have to cook overnight, don't you?
We are always cooking. We put briskets on every night around 7, 8 o'clock at night, right about the time I put briskets on, and then I go home, put the kids to bed, and I come back up for a little bit longer, so.
Mr. Cooper, you are a busy man, but we're glad you are, because you make some of the best barbecue we've ever had.
I greatly appreciate that.
So cool. Wow, so we're outside now, and we're by even another smoker here. Now, what does this one do?
So this again is another offset, just like you saw on the real big long one inside. This one is our sausage pit or boudin pit. So, you know, when you're running through so many briskets like we do, you have a lot of excess trim you have to, you know, do something with. And
it's a lot of work.
It's our job to make sure we use every little bit that we get. And so a lot of what we use for trim is sausage. So we make our sausage here in-house every single day, from raw trim to a cased link. And some of that byproduct too goes into boudin. Boudin is one of my favorite things. I grew up eating it as a ton as a kid.
I love boudin myself.
If you live in Southeast Texas, you've eaten boudin or you eat a lot of boudin.
Our friends to the east over in Louisiana love their boudin, but they cook it a little bit differently, right?
They do a little bit different. They do everything a little bit different over there.
That's true, that's true. They have their own way. Everybody has their own way, but here in Texas, this is how we do boudin.
We'll show you how we do our Texas boudin.
Take a look at that. Oh my goodness, guys, that looks amazing. So inside that, if you've never had boudin before, there's all kinds of different meats and even some vegetables, right? Some onion.
We have what our Cajun friends call the Holy Trinity. You've got your bell peppers, your onions, your celery, and then the pope, which is the garlic.
And rice, all inside this casing. It is a delicious, amazing treat. That is so cool.
So we're cold smoking these now. Cold smoking just simply means that we're gonna run this pit between 150 and 175 degrees for about 4 to 5 hours until we cook that casing. We'll pull them off, we'll chill them, and then we'll reheat them back for service and run them in rock and roll.
That is so cool. Wow, cowboys and cowgirls. Now, Mr. Caleb here is slicing us up a delicious barbecue plate. Look at that incredible turkey breast. Doesn't that look good?
Best part?
Oh, yeah.
Makes it good. Pork ribs.
Wow, look at those ribs, absolutely swimming in a delicious sauce. Guys, this is like a meat overload. Mr. Caleb has already cut us some ribs, some sauce, some turkey. I see some sausage over there. They have so many different delicious Texas meats here, right here in Montgomery, Texas. Oh, I recognize what that is. Look at that brisket. That looks incredible. Now, Mr. Caleb, do you ever get tired of cutting meat?
Depends on what day of the week it is.
Early in the week, we're feeling better about it.
Early in the week, we're feeling pretty good. But come about Saturday, boy, I tell you, it's it can wear on you a little bit.
I bet. Now, I like to think I can make a pretty good brisket at home, but look at that. That is absolutely incredible. Look at that slice, guys. See all that marbling in the meat? So first you have to start with a great piece of meat. They obviously do that. Look at those slices. Oh my goodness, I cannot wait to try this.
Now, in terms of cutting, this is my favorite part about it, because it's like a blank canvas. You get to build really whatever you want. So you try to make it look as nice, as pretty as you can.
Look at that. It's all about plating, isn't it?
Everything that gets plated has a reason for it going there.
Now look, Mr. Caleb is cutting up that house-made sausage right there. Boy, that looks good. Wow, now I actually feel bad for you guys at home because you can't smell how incredible this smells. You're gonna have to come to Montgomery, right to Bar-A, to take in these smells and these flavors. This looks so amazing.
Good stuff here. These are Banans.
Ooh-wee.
I'm gonna throw those away or you guys?
No, don't you dare.
About a piece of chicken. Probably love smoked chicken.
Guys, look at that. That is like 5 pounds of meat right there. That is crazy. And of course, in Texas, you gotta have your baked beans. And look at that.
Cheesy potatoes.
Cheesy potatoes every day of the week. That is so cool.
Everybody loves the pickles and onions. We make them here in house.
You make your own pickles?
Yep. And the kiddos will love them.
Ooh, I love pickled red onion.
Really good fresh bite to them. And the green onions on the taters. Slice of jalapeno there.
That is so amazing.
Slices of bread in there. Boom.
Now that is
Tray of food.
that is a tray of food. That is a feast for kings right there. That is absolutely incredible. All right, cowboys and cowgirls. Wow, Mr. Cooper showed us how they cook it. We got to see how they slice it, they prepare it, everything. Now there's only one more thing left to do, and that's to give it a shot, right? Look at all this delicious meat. What should we start with? Got a piece of sausage. Looky there, this is their jalapeno cheddar sausage. Ooh, it's so good. That's an incredible piece of sausage. You know what I love about sausage is all the different textures and the flavor. You can taste the smoke on it, the cheese. Ooh, I could talk about it all day. But I'm staring down the nose of this beautiful looking rib right here. Look at that rib meat. That is so good. I'm just gonna go in. We're not supposed to talk with our mouths full, but I wanted to shout, this is amazing, right when I took that bite. You know, ribs are cooked all different ways, and this has a perfect bite on it. It's like you have to bite and pull just a little bit, and you'll snap that meat off. Oh, so good. Eating ribs is a messy job. Now, my favorite part of the brisket, a burnt end. That's right where it was against the smoker. Let's give it a shot. That doesn't even taste like meat. It tastes like candy. It's so delicious. And then we've got these amazing brisket slices in here. Whew, that's kind of a big bite, but I think I can handle it. Ready? Absolute melt in your mouth. I'm not even supposed to be talking right now. That is so tasty. Well, I've still got chicken and turkey. Goodness, this is a lot of meat. Wow, look at that smoked turkey breast. Oh, I bet it's gonna be so good. Guys, I travel a lot. I go all over the country, and I love barbecue. I eat it everywhere I go. This is by far the best smoked turkey I have ever had, and that brisket is it's incredible. You know, we can't just eat meat. We gotta eat some other things too. Like they were saying, they make their own pickles in-house. Let's give these a shot. Sweet, sour, great juxtaposition. That's a fun word. And then let's try some of this chicken. Ooh. Now I'm gonna try a bite of this delicious smoked chicken. You know, there's a lot of places that make chicken, especially barbecue restaurants. Sometimes it gets kind of dry. This is the juiciest chicken I have ever had. It tastes so good. I feel bad making you guys just watch me eat, but I'm still gonna do it because it is amazing. I can't stop now. This brisket is so good, it's just looking at me. They make their own pickled red onions. Guys, we haven't even touched the cheesy potatoes or the baked beans yet. You've got to get here, right here at Bar-A-BBQ in Montgomery. You will not regret it. This stuff is amazing. Wow, cowboys and cowgirls, Bar-A-BBQ has been absolutely incredible today. Mr. Cooper, thank you so much for having us.
Thank you for coming out.
This was so fun. It's so fun, and the food is absolutely incredible. I just love seeing. You might see this guy pretty soon in something like Texas Monthly or something. You guys won top 25 new barbecue restaurant.
We did. So about 2 years ago, we got named, one of the best new barbecue restaurants in Texas. They only ranked 25 of them. We were fortunate to be on that list.
Guys, you got to think about that. Texas is a huge state, and there's a ton of amazing people making amazing barbecue. Top 25 is kind of a big deal. But anyhow, thanks for coming along with us on this adventure. I hope you had a good time. I know I had a blast, and I'm full. But oh wait, Mr. Cooper, we always do the yeehaw. You think you can help me out with it?
I think I can do it, yeah.
All right, cowboys and cowgirls. Well, until we see you next time, 1, 2, 3. Yeehaw!